The stadium was almost empty as the evening sun slowly dipped behind the tall stands. A light breeze moved across the pitch, rustling the flags at the corners of the field. It was supposed to be just a relaxed day of fun for fans and football legends, but no one expected the surprising moment that would soon go viral around the world. Cristiano Ronaldo had arrived early, wearing a simple training kit. Even during casual moments, his focus and discipline were obvious. Cameras from a few fan channels quietly followed him as he warmed up, juggling the ball with effortless precision. His movements were smooth and controlled, the result of decades of dedication to football. Not long after, the crowd began to stir when Lionel Messi walked onto the field. Beside him was his young son, Mateo Messi, known by fans for his playful personality and mischievous sense of humor. Mateo loved teasing his father's biggest rival, and everyone knew that whenever he was around Ronaldo, something funny might happen. At first, everything seemed friendly. Ronaldo greeted Messi with a handshake and a smile. Their rivalry had defined an era of football, but moments like this reminded fans that beneath the competition there was respect. But Mateo had something else planned. Behind the benches, Mateo and a few kids had been working on a strange creation. Using a giant watermelon, cardboard wings, and bright green paint, they had built what they called the watermelon dragon. The fruit had been carved with funny eyes and a big jagged mouth, making it look like a silly monster. When Mateo finally rolled the strange creation onto the pitch, the small group of fans watching began to laugh. "Look!" Mateo shouted loudly while pointing toward Ronaldo. "The dragon has come for you." Messi tried to hide a smile, clearly amused by his son's creativity. The kids began pretending that the watermelon dragon was chasing Ronaldo around the field. For a moment, Ronaldo simply stood there, watching the scene unfold. The camera zoomed in, capturing the moment that fans would soon debate all over social media. Mateo dramatically pushed the watermelon dragon forward and shouted, "Run, Ronaldo. The dragon will defeat you." Some people in the crowd laughed loudly. Others wondered how Ronaldo would react. The situation was playful, but it was still a moment where the legendary competitor could have felt embarrassed. Instead of getting upset, Ronaldo slowly walked toward the strange watermelon dragon. His expression was calm, almost curious. He crouched down and looked directly at Mateo. "Is this your dragon?" Ronaldo asked with a smile. Mateo nodded proudly. "Yes. And it is stronger than you." The crowd laughed again. Messi watched carefully, clearly curious about what Ronaldo would do next. Ronaldo stood up and gently rolled the watermelon dragon a few steps away. Then he walked toward the center of the field and picked up a football. The stadium lights flickered on as the sun continued to fade. "All right," Ronaldo said confidently. "Let's see if the dragon can stop this." He placed the ball nearly 40 meters away from a small training goal. The crowd quieted. Even Messi crossed his arms, watching closely. Ronaldo took a few steps back, his familiar focus returning instantly. For a moment, it felt like time had rolled back years to the countless free kicks he had taken throughout his legendary career. He ran forward. Crack! His foot struck the ball with incredible power. The ball curved through the air like a rocket, spinning perfectly before smashing into the top corner of the net. The small crowd erupted. Even the camera operators gasped. Mateo's eyes widened in shock. But Ronaldo wasn't finished. He walked back toward the watermelon dragon and carefully balanced the football on top of it. "Your dragon helped me score," Ronaldo said with a playful wink. The crowd burst into laughter again. Messi shook his head while smiling. "That was impressive," he admitted. Mateo crossed his arms dramatically. "My dragon can do better," he said stubbornly. Ronaldo chuckled. "Then let's see." He handed Mateo the ball and guided him toward the penalty spot. The young boy took a deep breath, looking determined to prove himself. Messi stepped behind him, offering quiet encouragement. Mateo ran forward and kicked the ball as hard as he could. The shot rolled slowly across the grass and barely touched the goalpost. Everyone laughed kindly. But Ronaldo quickly clapped his hands. "Good shot," he said. "Every champion starts somewhere." The kindness in his voice surprised many watching. Instead of turning the moment into a joke about rivalry, Ronaldo used it to encourage the young boy. Mateo looked up at him, clearly impressed. "Really?" he asked. "Of course," Ronaldo replied. "You just need practice." Messi watched the interaction silently, a thoughtful expression on his face. For years, fans had debated endlessly about who was better, Ronaldo or Messi. The rivalry had filled stadiums, fueled arguments online, and created some of the greatest moments in football history. But here, on a quiet training pitch, the rivalry felt different. It felt human. Mateo suddenly had another idea. "What if the dragon helps me score?" he asked. Ronaldo grinned. "That might work." The watermelon dragon was placed near the ball like a strange mascot. Mateo lined up again, giggling with excitement. This time he kicked harder. The ball rolled toward the goal and, by pure luck, bounced off the training cone and went inside the net. Mateo jumped in celebration. "I scored!" The crowd cheered loudly. Messi lifted his son into the air proudly while Ronaldo clapped and laughed. But the funniest moment was still coming. As everyone celebrated, the giant watermelon dragon slowly tipped over and rolled across the grass, straight toward Ronaldo's feet. The cameras caught the perfect moment. Ronaldo picked it up, lifted it high above his head like a trophy, and shouted jokingly, "The dragon belongs to me now." The crowd exploded with laughter. Messi walked over and shook his head again. "You just won a watermelon dragon," he said. Ronaldo smiled confidently. "Every champion needs a dragon." The cameras captured the three of them standing together, Ronaldo holding the ridiculous watermelon dragon, Messi smiling beside him, and Mateo laughing in the middle. Within hours, clips of the moment spread across social media. Fans loved the unexpected scene. Some people said it showed the fun side of football legends. Others said it proved that even the greatest rivals could share a laugh. But many viewers focused on Ronaldo's reaction. Instead of feeling mocked or embarrassed, he turned the situation into something positive, playful, and unforgettable. That was the moment that shocked everyone. Because greatness is not only about goals, trophies, or records. Sometimes greatness is about how you respond when people laugh. Later that evening, as the stadium lights turned off and the field grew quiet again, Ronaldo handed the watermelon dragon back to Mateo. "You keep it," he said. Mateo looked surprised. "But you won it." Ronaldo smiled. Future champions need dragons. Messi placed a hand on his son's shoulder, clearly touched by the gesture. "Say thank you," he said gently. Mateo nodded. "Thank you, Ronaldo." The legendary forward gave one final smile before walking off the field. The cameras continued recording until the last moment, capturing the legendary player disappearing down the tunnel. The clip ended with Mateo holding the watermelon dragon and Messi laughing beside him. A silly moment. A funny prank. And an unforgettable reaction that reminded everyone why football legends are loved around the world. Because sometimes the most powerful response to mockery is simply confidence, kindness, and a little bit of humor. Soccer ball grinning face with smiling eyes.